is it wrong for that sniper to go like ha ha ha?
People did enjoy COVID. Cut me off. But
That's good.
no. Hey,
Said
stop.
you-
It's not my fault. Why should I bear the guilt?
One question, two sides, and one gigantic shitstorm coming your way.
I'm Teng,
And I'm Wong.
and there's something wrong going on here. So what's wrong?
Is it wrong to enjoy while the world is burning?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So, honest opinion.
My honest opinion. I actually thought about this before. I think it's okay to enjoy it while the world is burning.
I'm surprised.
Why?
No, I thought you
Because-
think that it's not okay.
Actually, because I'm the
Yeah, because you are supposed to be like the very nice.
strict. No, you must give to the poor. I don't know.
So I actually also think that it's okay. Okay, cool. So we both agree that it's okay to enjoy while the world is burning. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna flip a coin now. Okay, heads or tails, I heads or tails, okay? So whoever gets it agrees to the statement.
Okay. That makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah. Yep. Who are you?
Okay, heads. Oh man.
Yeah, so you agree with the statement.
Okay, so the coin came out heads, so I agree with the statement. Which means to say that I'm taking the stand that it is wrong to enjoy while the world is burning, and you will take the stand that it is okay to enjoy while the world is burning.
Yes.
So why not you go first?
Sure.
Since I need time to formulate.
When I first saw this, when I first heard the question from you, is that what do you mean by the world is burning? And I feel that in this day and age, right now, I would consider that the world is kind of burning. A lot of things are happening, wars being waged, natural disasters, a lot of things going wrong. And
So you think that everyone should just enjoy themselves and not do anything about it?
no, I definitely feel that, if you could have a hand in it, you should help. But I don't think it's mutually exclusive to enjoying yourself. For example, if you had an exam the next day, okay, not exactly the world burning, but you had something big to do the next day. And then the night before, yes, you prep for it already. You've done all you can to prep for it. Then the time you have left, I don't see what's wrong with
But in that case, the world isn't burning, what?
oh
You just haven't taken the exam.
yeah lah, like
And then if you're just waiting for an exam to happen, that doesn't mean the world is burning. It just means that the match hasn't been struck. And the match will be struck, but whether it ends up being a fire or not is still not decided yet. So if you're saying that because you already studied and then the exam is not there yet, then and therefore you should be able to enjoy it, that's not a direct comparison with like if the world is burning. Right. So my argument would be that if the world is burning, that means shit's happening, right? If shit is happening and you care about the world, then you should be doing something to prevent the world from stopping the burn. And unless, which I would argue most people are not this type of person, unless you enjoy going through shit, right, which I would expect that saving the world from being totally burnt out, right, is a difficult and arduous job that most people wouldn't necessarily enjoy that process. There's some psychopaths that would enjoy killing other people,
yeah.
right? But I think that's the minority. And the fact that we call them psychopaths means generally as a society, we don't agree with that type of behavior.
Yeah.
Right. So when you come back to this, is it wrong to enjoy? Like, is it wrong for that sniper to go like, ha 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 ha, I'm going to kill another 10 more people?
Yeah.
Like, I would argue that society would say that that's wrong lah. It's like, hey, that's not good, man. Right? Because if you take that kind of enjoyment, like if seeing the world burn down and not doing anything to stop it is something that you enjoy, that's not an attitude that is very helpful furtherment and the protection of society in general.
That makes sense. I get where you're coming from, and I thought about it too. But in some cases, like for example, the super fires that were happening in Australia a few years ago, or forest fires in general, like literally burning, right? But you're in Singapore, what can you do about it? Apart from trying to pledge support for aid reliefs and all that. So
Yeah, so do you think that pledging support for aid relief is something that, generally speaking, right, people enjoy, or would they rather be just chilling out in the bar and like doing their hobbies?
but that's why I don't think it's mutually exclusive. Like you can provide aid, you can provide.
Well, it is mutually exclusive, right? Because while if you are at that moment thinking and pledging support and doing something to help, you are not doing at the bar partying.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah, your time and your personal attention is exclusive. You can only do one thing at one time. If you are enjoying in the bar, you are not thinking about solutions for solving. You're not being a so-called activist.
But do you think that there is also like a diminishing, let's say, returns of interest in that sense, where you offer a certain amount of help, but then that's the max that your help can actually have an impact on the actual event?
So this is where I actually agree with you. But
Come on, squeeze the opposite answer out.
that's hard to argue against, right? Because you're right. If there's only a certain limit of things that you can do. So my pushback to that would be, if everyone had that kind of like mentality, yeah, then no help really gets sent and nothing really happens, right? And if you carry this like the world is burning definition, right, to something as, maybe I change the word the world is burning to your world around you is burning. Right?
Oh, so now
Because
you're pulling in the proximity. Is it?
yeah, right.
Okay.
If let's say if I'm in US, all this shit's happening there, we're in Singapore here, it really doesn't really bother us that much, other than like some level of inflation and some political unrest amongst like the local society. Other than that, actually we're not that much affected. We're not affected as much as like, let's say, the Ukrainians or Israel and Palestine or Russia, right? That impact isn't really felt there.
Not super.
Right. So if you want to make this question like maybe a little bit more relevant, if the world around you is burning, is it okay to enjoy yourself? If Singapore was the one that's being attacked here, is it okay to enjoy yourself? So when you pull it to something that like is a lot more relatable and a lot closer to you, right? Then it becomes very real that like you shouldn't be really just chilling around, enjoying yourself and whatever, all that kind of stuff. If war was happening, then you shouldn't be enjoying yourself. You should be arming up. You should be preparing, right? You should be figuring out how to help people, help yourself, help your family, right? To make sure that you can survive and be of value to the people around you.
I see you're narrowing the playground now. There are two scenarios in mind. Like one, let's pull it to be a little bit more practical. And this is where I say literally, too many cooks spoil the broth kind of thing. For example, last week we were in.
But not all of them. Okay, I'm. Okay, sorry.
He cut me off. So last week we were at Nibong, right? Then there was a car accident. Right. And then the car crashed, and everybody rushed to go and look at it. And I think that when everybody gathers together, there is this like collective worry, concern. Mm-hmm. But how many ambulances can you really call? Like if everybody was to rush in and try to pull people out of the car and all that, then wouldn't there be some sort of a choke?
But should you be enjoying yourself? Should you be going like, oh man, that's so cool, I wish that would happen again? Oh yeah, that's so awesome.
I don't think you should be enjoying yourself at the expense of someone during that situation, but it doesn't mean that at that point of time where you notice that, okay, I guess everything is settled, you can't go home and scroll TikTok and look at YouTube. At that point of time, you could do something like that. You could have the option to give them money, buy call the ambulance. If they have a concussion and you help with icing.
Is it fair? Is it a fair statement to make that I say, and in this case, right, that enjoying yourself while the world burns means doing nothing to help the situation? The reason why I say this is because like enjoying yourself is a really, really broad term.
Yeah.
Because I could be masturbating. I just enjoying myself, right? Yes. Then I would argue that that's wrong, right? So I think maybe need to narrow a little bit down.
No, I don't think that's quite fair. Because
why is that not fair statement?
Like, yes, the world is burning. Yes, you you are doing something to help, or what you can do to help, but in between, when you can enjoy yourself.
So I feel that when I read this statement, is it wrong to enjoy yourself while the world is burning? This feels to me that the spirit behind this question is, can I not give a shit and just do mind my own business, right? While the whole world is falling into chaos.
You see, that's another interpretation, and I think
it's a fair interpretation. I feel, right? Because, right, and let me explain to you why I say because again, enjoyment is very subjective, right? Just now I said the guy could be a psychopath and enjoy shooting people, right? And that is definitely wrong, right? I could enjoy helping people, right? And a lot of people generally enjoy helping people. Then if that is the case, then there's no point asking this question, because there's no conundrum at all.
Okay.
Right? So the fact that this question is being posed out suggests that the spirit of it is that the first half is contradictory to the second half, right? When a normal layman is asking, hey, do you think it's okay if to enjoy while the world is burning? That seems to suggest very strongly, right, that the spirit behind it is that can I not give a shit?
So that should
right?
So are you talking about in the sense that should I feel guilty about the world?
No, I don't think it has to do with guilt or not, because a lot of people can be anger, can be guilt, can be whatever.
It's still about doing something.
It's about whether or not you are okay with not giving a shit about the world collapsing.
Then I would have to argue that saying that enjoying and not giving a shit is two different things. Like, you could feel guilty and want to help, and you did the help, but then in between you want to do something that you enjoy, which is it can be anything. It could be watching a movie, it could be scrolling through TikTok, it could be listening to a podcast, it could be doing gardening, and that's okay to do that if that is available to you while the world is burning. I don't think that it is entirely exclusive.
If the world means something to you, can you truly be enjoying the other activity knowing that the thing is being lost?
Then the question is that how much can you do, or how much can you feel guilty that it would aid the situation when the world is burning?
Okay, wait. So that's the second step. We address the first one first. So we agree if the world means something to you, then you technically would want to do something to help it.
Yes.
And if you are not doing anything to help it, technically you can't truly enjoy doing something else, because your mind will be with that. And the only way that you're able to enjoy doing something else is if you don't give a shit about the world.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I agree that you can compartmentalize that emotion. That you can still do something that you enjoy, but
you wouldn't enjoy it. You would do the thing that you enjoy, but you might not enjoy it.
I don't know, man. I can understand.
I get what you're saying by compartmentalizing. I think it's very, very, very difficult to have that same level of carefreeness and enjoy that thing entirely if you give a shit about.
But enjoying entirely was not part of the definition. You can still enjoy, but yes, maybe there is a level.
But it's not true enjoyment.
There's another argument entirely altogether.
No, I don't. I think it's part of the thing.
I don't think that.
Because the degree of enjoyment, it's obviously not binary.
I don't think that if you enjoy something in life that you don't give a shit about the world, that you cannot make that connection. People.
No. That's not the statement that I'm arguing for. I'm saying that if you give a shit about the world and the world is burning down, then it's very difficult to enjoy something. Okay, let's say for example, you care about your mom a lot, right? And then, okay, you don't say mom. Okay, you care about me a lot. Okay, and then something happened to me, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
Yeah.
Would that not affect your enjoyment for life? Because the thing that you love and care about is being slowly destroyed, even though you can't do anything about it.
Okay, so
wouldn't that affect your day-to-day life? There will definitely be a stark contrast, right, between your normal day-to-day when I'm okay and your normal day-to-day, say, doing the exact same thing. The level of joy is necessarily less than if your world was not burning. And you can't say no to this.
Yeah, but I still enjoy. Even if you were deathly ill. And two things, again, that you mentioned, actually, that makes a very good point, is that one, is it my fault? I don't think so. Like, if it was an illness or if it was an act of God, maybe you got struck down by lightning or something, it's not my fault. So why should I bear the guilt for a situation like that? And the second thing is, yes, I will feel sad if you are when you're very sick, and I would want to care for you. But at the same time also is, how much can I do? Like you said, I can't do anything. In that situation, I can't do anything. In that sense, in that situation, I will do my best to care for you. But at the same time is, I'm also a human being and I have to care for myself. So I will still enjoy what makes me happy in order to care for you better.
Well, that's such a good save.
So, I mean, but that stems from the idea that I feel that, seeing the world burn and feeling bad about it is not mutually exclusive from enjoying yourself. Like, there's still times where you can just sit aside and do something that you really enjoy. It doesn't have to be that. Yes, maybe you don't enjoy it as much because at the back of your mind, you know that the world is burning, but you still enjoy.
Right. And if everybody goes to enjoy themselves and nobody stops to
Aid the situation.
think about and consider, okay, because of course my argument is that they are mutually exclusive, and that if you are enjoying yourself and you're doing something else, then that thing that's burning down is actually something that you don't care about or don't care enough about. That's why you are able to enjoy it. Right? So if everyone had that attitude, then the world will just entirely burn down, and it doesn't matter whether it's like too many cooks for the broth or anything. The fact of the matter is that if everyone had that attitude, then there will be no cooks.
Okay.
There will be no cooks, and then the world will just burn down, and then that's it, the death for all of us. To enjoy while the world is burning or to not enjoy while the world is burning, it is actually better for the survival of our whole species and our whole society if everyone does not enjoy collectively while the world is burning, so that collectively, right, whether you are an active role or a secondary role or passive role, in aiding to put out this fire, let the whole of society collectively not enjoy together, i.e., that everybody is actively considering of how they can help the situation until the fire is put out, then everyone can collectively enjoy together.
Okay,
like, isn't that much better and much more healthier an approach rather than everyone going like, nope, I'm gonna go party?
Okay, so that's definitely, as a utilitarian myself, that means I really do appreciate when something is useful. I agree with that point.
Okay,
but
you agree?
No, the point is that it's kind of a slippery slope. It doesn't mean that.
I don't think it's a slippery slope. I think it's okay to because
it's hypothetical. If everybody decides to, I'm gonna go and have party, I'm not gonna.
I mean, you got to consider the both extreme ends first, and consider which is better at that extreme, because reality is going to fall somewhere in the middle. Right.
So if I follow your train of thought and talk about the slippery slope, then on the other side is, if everybody is involved in the situation, you're assuming that when everyone gets involved, that the situation will get better.
I think it necessarily is necessarily better than even no one help, right? And then when I say get involved, right, I'm not saying that like everybody is trying to cook the broth together. Right? I'm saying that everyone is on standby, right?
Okay,
everyone is actively considering and therefore not enjoying themselves, because like considering and being active about a shitty situation would naturally kind of be defined as not enjoying themselves.
Okay.
Right? So if you give those two scenarios, right, then actually collectively everyone not enjoying themselves together and considering that situation, I think is a good thing. As opposed to no one giving a shit, then society will just collapse.
Yeah, I guess, okay, this is also a part where I was like, yeah, I agree that if everybody comes and works on the solution together, then you're more likely to come up with a solution. You're more likely to help the world not. But at the same time, is that there is another scenario when if everybody works on the situation together, and you can't assume that it will all be efficient.
I got a really good example. COVID,
Okay.
right? The societies, right, that everyone locked themselves down, right?
Yeah.
And everyone did the uncomfortable thing of wearing the mask, right? And the society that generally I would label it as not enjoy themselves because they all couldn't go out. They had to self-quarantine. Were the societies that solved the COVID issue better, right? And the societies that didn't give a shit, that's like, I have my God-given right to not wear a mask because I want to so-called enjoy myself. I don't want to be put into uncomfortable situations. Were the societies that like all hell broke loose? You get what I mean? Like that's like such a real example. So if you take that, right, then given two societies, should everybody just, hey guys, let's just solve this thing together. Let's just stop trying to like and so-called enjoy ourselves and let's do what is right together as a society until we put this whole thing out the way. Then okay lah. After that, then enjoy lah.
But then people also enjoy themselves in quarantine. I think mostly the introverts. They're like, oh, I don't want to go to work. That's great. I don't want to go to school.
Yeah, but I will say that that's like the exception, right? Like most people generally is like, okay, yes, I would prefer if I go out. I prefer if I wear masks, right? Like I want to say, we don't want to consider those people who enjoy killing people, right? Because once you consider that it's those special types, right? Then everything also become yes already.
But in that situation, like you can't just rule out those people who enjoy COVID. Like they
I'm not ruling them out. I'm saying that generally speaking, it's better if collectively as a whole society we all try to not enjoy ourselves and focus on solving the problem together until the problem gets solved. Then everyone can go enjoy themselves however they want to. And should there be a case that process of solving the shit is something that you enjoy, then okay.
Then they're enjoying while the world is burning. It's not mutually exclusive. Like those people who were part of the solution by staying at home and wearing masks, they were enjoying still while they were at home quarantining. So they were still part of the solution, but they enjoy that being that part of the solution.
But I feel that is them passively being part of the solution.
But they were still enjoying. And they were still part of the solution. So I mean,
that's a very lucky case, right? Not everyone is like that.
No, I feel like it's the same argument the way around is that saying that.
Okay, if majority of the people, were passively part of the solution or were passively the solution, then wouldn't you agree that the world wouldn't be burning down?
The world is burning. COVID was active. It's just that they are active in the solution.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Okay, if majority of the society were passively a solution to a potential shitstorm, there is an extremely high chance that the shitstorm wouldn't even become a shitstorm. And therefore the world wouldn't be burning. The world can only reach the point where it is burning down because the minority is the passive solution. The introverts being their introverts are enjoying themselves and then therefore they're part of the solution and blah, blah, blah.
They are still a part of the solution. But
so I'm saying that but that is the minority. And
how do you know?
They are the minority because if they were the majority, meaning to say the whole of society, everyone all stay at home, then the COVID can even spread because everyone's quarantining on their own already. The fact that COVID could have spread is because there were events going on. There were people not wearing masks. There were people that don't cover their mouth and their cough. There were a lot of people that were doing all these unhygienic things, right? That allowed and enabled COVID to spread.
So you're saying that the moment people don't enjoy themselves, the solution comes. And therefore, when people are already
I'm trying to discount your argument that because a small part of them just so happen to enjoy themselves and their enjoyment is the solution, and therefore the statement is untrue, sorry. That should be discounted because it's the minority. And I know it's a minority because if the element that has the active solution to the shitstorm is the majority, the shitstorm cannot become a shitstorm because the majority is a solution passively.
It's not. As in the
Yeah,
question,
it's not.
no, because the question doesn't
I'm
say
saying that I'm arguing that it should be discounted.
No, because the question says that, is it okay to enjoy while the world is burning? I don't think that it's fair to say that if you enjoy something, then therefore there will be no solution to the world burning. The point from the beginning I was trying to say is that, yes, the world might be burning, but you can still enjoy things. You can still enjoy things and also be part of the solution. So coming back to that situation where I said that, okay, yes, so people did enjoy COVID. The world at the point in time where the lockdown was happening, it was still burning because COVID was still ravaging, like through communities and groups and all that. And these people they had to stay home from work and they stay home from school and all that. And that's their version of enjoying. But because they isolate at home, they are also part of the solution. So you can be shoveling shit, you can still be at home and doing your work and isolating, and then still enjoy the process of isolation, be enjoying a part of the solution. What I'm saying also is that not enjoying does not necessarily mean that you add to the solution, and that enjoying does not mean that you subtract from the solution. But even if a solution wasn't in the picture, when the world is burning outside, nothing is stopping you from enjoying.
So what do you think? Did we say something wrong?
Like, share, and subscribe if there's something wrong with you.